Alright, so we are here at the motion comic one, that's scene one, where we're just practicing how to create a motion comic book. I have already downloaded my Vic file by clicking on open, and you download all the images. So I have these images 1, 2, 3, 4. These are scene 1, 2, 3, 4. In the asset library, one by one, I'll be adding them to my project here. Before that, we'll be changing the width and the height so that we get a square canvas. Now here, let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more, 6 layers. Rename the first one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers here. It'll be easy for you to remember on which place, which layer is having which image. So one by one, let's add these pictures. Resize them according to the screen, according to the canvas size. Then finally the fifth one will be your final image, which has all the 4 scenes here. Now for adding the dialogue, what we can do is we can go to individual layers like this and write out the dialogues. If not, then we'll be just clicking on this layer number 5, which has all the 4 pictures here, and we'll be making that into a clip and writing our dialogues over here. So you use your text and you can give dialogues to your character. Just observe the image and see what conversation you can create between these two people, these two cute little boy and a girl, right? You can look at their expressions and think of something creative. So like I'll be using this book as a reference and my dialogues will be around the book. So the girl is saying, hey, that is my book. So that's going to be my first dialogue. We all know how to change the font size and the color and the font, right? So go ahead and do that. I'll be just using the plain text here. Now the boy says, no, I just got it from my teacher. Right? Then the third box will be, oh, just oh, she's thinking. And it's a big O, like that. Then the fourth will be, now she's furious, and again she's like, no, it's mine. Give it to me. Right? So that's the conversation happening between these two people in this comics strip. So let's keep it this way. Recenter it so you will see all the 4 dialogues over here. Go back to your project and we have the dialogues here also. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of rewriting these dialogues again and again, I'm going back to my layer number 5. Go back to layer number 5, go back to the clip, and from here I'm going to copy the dialogues and paste it individually on these layers. So you can resize them again like that. Go back to your clip, copy the next dialog and paste it back. So this is dialog number 2. So for layer number 2, you're going to paste it here. So see, all the boxes have numbers, all the layers have the same number. So it'll be easy for you to identify which layer and which clip you're working on. Right? And then the final thing is the 4th frame. There we go. So now we have dialogues in all the images, sorry. So now we have the dialogues in all our speech bubbles. Let's play and see. So if you will see, it's moving on a very high speed. We're not able to read what's happening. So just to slow it down, what we're going to do is we're going to increase them to like 10 frames. That's easy, simple and easy to remember. Enough time for everyone to read those. So for each one of these layers, just add 10 frames. Finally, the 5th one will have around 20 frames I'm keeping because I'm going to create a little tween for this one like this. And for tween, we're going to use this layer number 6 that is going above my layer number 5, and it will have the same number of frames. And for working on this layer, I'm just going to hide all my layers. I'm just going to hide the layer which is below it. Right, because the layer which is at the base works as a background. So let's just hide that layer and click on layer number 6, and this is going to be a fun thing to do. Change the thickness or take some color stroke, whichever you like. Use your line tool, increase the size of the line and draw a rectangular shape here, as if we are giving a border to the canvas. Like this. Right, so this is going to be your layer number 6 throughout. Now we can have our layer back. Now when we click unhide layer number 5, you will see that this has a green color border around it. Now for adding the tween for this one, we'll start from the very first. That is for me this is frame number 43. I'll be starting it from here, and I'm going to make the size bigger for this so that I can only see my frame number 1, like the first scene in the box. Use the green outlines as your reference for keeping the image exactly inside the canvas, like this. Right, so that's your first image here. Now the second tween I'm going to add at, let's say, 5th position here, and moving my second box inside it. It has been resized already, so you don't have to resize it again and again. That's your second box. Then again, leave 5. Now inside the green box, you have to place your third image, like this. Then finally, 5 more frames ahead of this, and there goes your fourth image. Now when you play from the beginning, you will see those individual boxes over here, and then see, now you see your frames are moving one after the other. So this is how you're going to create your very first motion comic animation. It's a simple tween. Now let's export this. Export. Also, before exporting, we're going to rename it, everyone. We'll be writing their name after this, so that I can, when you mail it to me, when you send me the video, I can understand whose work, whose work it is. So let's export it in a video format. I'll play this video for all of you.